guys, welcome to today's video. I have had a really long work day today, but I was on the train for quite a long time today, going back and forth to a different office that I normally work in, and I had time to watch 3 episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And when you watch that show, you just get obsessed with their makeup. Like, they all look perfect all the time, and I was completely inspired to kind of create this glowy look. I just wanted to come home and do glam makeup. Totally inspired mainly by Chloe. She had this incredible highlight going on. I feel like mine is intense, but hers was like metallic. It was crazy. And I loved it. So I kind of just got inspired and I thought I'd film a video. So I'm gonna do an empties video. I've been meaning to do this for a little bit. I've got quite a bit in this little Christmas gift bag it is, that I just want to talk through and give you like little reviews on products, what I thought of them. Yeah, I've got quite a lot. I think I've got quite a bit of makeup, skincare, hair care, tons of stuff, and I'm excited to kind of throw this away now. So just going to get in and give you my reviews and everything. Yeah, so let's get started. It is honestly never an empties video without some Batiste dry shampoo. I think these have been in every single empties video I have ever done. I've actually done quite a lot throughout the years. So I have got my Divine Dark dry shampoo and then the cherry one. I definitely go through phases. Right now I'm kind of feeling like the light formula rather than the coloured one, but then sometimes I really love the coloured one, so I love them so much. I can't live without them. If I'm running low on Batiste dry shampoo, I just panic and my hair is like greasy. It's like a greasy mess all the time. I literally can see my current 2 bottles up on my windowsill. This is the best, and it's just so affordable and it's so good. It just does amazing things with your hair. So always have these. I honestly have probably gone through like 30 bottles of this or something ridiculous. Okay, I've got a L'Oreal Micellar Water. I really love this. I think this is kind of on par with Garnier for me. Price point is pretty similar, especially if you get it on offer. And yeah, I just really love this. It's so gentle on my skin, doesn't irritate my eyes or anything. I will definitely repurchase this. I kind of go between the two. Right now I'm using an Avon one, which is okay, but I probably won't get it again. But it kind of does the trick, but it's just not my favourite. It's a little bit drying on my skin. But yeah, this one and the Garnier are my favourites. Just another hair care product. This is the Tresemme Perfectly Undone Dry Defining Spray. I've had this for quite a long time and I finally finished it up. It's completely empty. It was really good. I don't know if they sell this anymore. I don't know if I've seen it since, because I did get this a while ago, but I did really like it. I would get it again. It's definitely a good like budget option for adding texture to your hair, but it doesn't really add like too much kind of grit, in the fact that it doesn't stay in your hair. Like if you put it in one day, the next day you don't have to wash your hair. Like you'd still restyle it and kind of get another day's wear out of your hair, so it's not too heavy, but it just adds a little bit of texture. I did really like it. It was good. A lot of this stuff is just dusty because I put it in my cupboard recently, but it was kind of just sitting out, so I feel like it's gathered a bit of dust. But I've got Maybelline The Rocket Waterproof Mascara. This is like my all-time favourite. I did a video where I talked all about my lashes, and I used this mascara to kind of get my long lengthened lashes, and this is just a great one. I have a new one I'm using right now. I think it was actually a Christmas present because everyone knows that I love this one because I always talk about it. I love it. I just think it's so good. It's a great like everyday mascara. It definitely isn't like incredibly volumizing, but it gives you enough. I had it on today, but I have falsies on. And the wand is just great. It's just not messy. It's kind of a weird wand. It's like fat and then it's got tiny little spikes all around the edge. It's just really easy to apply. It doesn't like go everywhere. And obviously it's Maybelline, so it's affordable. This is one of my all-time favourites. I've honestly spoken about it a million times. I tried a mascara from Avon. I did an Avon haul, which was my previous video, so check that out if you haven't seen it. So I did try mascara. This was the Super Shock Max Volume Mascara, and it is waterproof, and really didn't care for it. Didn't do anything for me. I feel like I only used it a few times and I just knew it wasn't for me, so I just didn't bother. kind of carrying on. I think it was around £10, so not exactly cheap, not as cheap as my Maybelline one, and just didn't have my curl, didn't really give me anything, to be honest. I used a couple times and just didn't like it, so thought I'd chuck it in the empties box. Amazingly, I actually have quite a few foundations that I finished up, which is kind of crazy, just because I feel like I almost haven't like finished up a foundation in ages, and then all of a sudden I'm finishing 4. I have 2 bottles of the Rimmel Match Perfection. This one's literally been scraped clean. This one is also empty, but I probably could get like a use or 2 out of it if I really scraped it. This is in the shade 103 True Ivory, which is a really good shade match for me. And it's funny, when they changed the formula of this, it actually, like, I liked it so much more. The old formula I wasn't really a fan of, and now it's like my perfect everyday foundation. It's so like breathable, it's very like sort of medium coverage but buildable, and it's just like the perfect finish. It's like a very natural finish. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy, it's just sort of like a very natural finish, and I love it. It's honestly like probably my favourite drugstore foundation. The longevity of it is pretty good, and I have oily skin, but yeah, I just really love this. So somehow finished up 2 bottles of it, which is crazy to me. I'm sure all of you know that finishing a foundation doesn't happen very often normally, but yeah, I love this foundation. I love this formula. I definitely will repurchase this, I'm sure, in no time. I might try and use up some of my other foundations I have, because I do have quite a lot, but this is just one of my go-tos. Kind of sad to be throwing them away. Another one I got out recently, which didn't have much left in it, but I did finish up, is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. This is another really great foundation. Like, I love the finish of it. Again, it's really natural. The shade range, like the undertones of the shade range are really good. I find Bourjois foundations always, the shade range is like pretty solid. This one is probably a little bit more natural, a little bit less coverage, not quite as long lasting. I wouldn't wear this for like a really full long day if I wanted like day to night makeup. It's more sort of like a running errands base, or just like a short day where you're not going to be out for very long, because I do find it kind of like disintegrates and just breaks, not doesn't break up, but it kind of just fades from my skin. It just doesn't last that great, but it does look really beautiful when it's first applied and then for a few hours. It says wears for up to 16 hours, but I don't find that that's the case on my skin type. It might be different on yours. But yeah, do really like the finish of it. Probably won't repurchase it straight away, but I'm sure I'll get it sometime in the future. I do really like the serum one as well. And then finally, I finished up the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is in 105, which is a very pale shade, which unfortunately that is my shade. It matches me. I've already got another one. I really like this. What I love about it is that it's just so matte, so I find that I don't have to like powder as much throughout the day or touch up. But it does seem to sort of clog up my pores. It's not anything massive, it doesn't like break me out or anything, but it just means I have to exfoliate a little bit more frequently, which I probably should be doing anyway, but I definitely notice it kind of like builds up on my skin, and I think it is this that was doing it, because I was kind of using this for like a little bit and I just noticed that my skin was sort of getting clogged up, my pores getting a bit clogged, but for like a long day it does the trick just because it's matte, and if I just exfoliate more then I don't have any problems. So finished up that as well. I do really like this, it's good. I literally have a Christmas bag within a Christmas bag. I started putting it in here, but then this got too small, so I transferred it into a bigger one. Crazy. I've got a lipstick. This is the Revolution lipstick in the one, and to be honest it's not completely finished, but I felt like it was starting to go a little bit funky, and these are really, really cheap anyway. This is like one of my perfect nude shades. It's like this really pretty peachy pink. Not too dissimilar to what I have on now. This is a gloss, but similar shade. I really like it. I think I will get this again just because it's pretty cheap and it's like a nice formula. It's like sort of like a soft matte. I really liked it. I've had this for way too long as well. Probably should get rid of it anyway. But yeah, such a pretty colour. I love this brand. It's just such good value and really good quality products. Another lipstick which I've already repurchased, this is like one of my favourite nudes of all time. This is the Rimmel Kate nude lipstick in 45, and this one is completely finished. Might be able to just swatch a little bit on my hand. They're not that dissimilar really. So that's the Kate one here. Maybe they're so different. The formula's slightly different. I'd say the Kate one's a bit more sheer, but such a pretty colour. Like, I love it. I just think it's a perfect nude on me. If you have fair skin, I would definitely recommend this shade because it's not too dark, but it's also not like super pale, so it doesn't wash you out. And if you don't like that pale look, then you'll still like this one. So that's there. And again, it's really wearable, so comfortable on the lips. Lasts a decent amount of time. You're definitely gonna have to touch it up if you want it like throughout the day, but it's really easy to reapply. It's no problems at all. I've got the NYX HD concealer. This is in the shade Porcelain. This is one of my favourite concealers, I think, because I love how it blends out. I love like it doesn't really crease too badly under my eyes. One thing about it is that it does oxidize. So even though this is the palest shade, I find that it just oxidizes a little bit. So it's not quite as pale as it could be. Like, it would be nicer if there was a lighter shade than this. But it's my everyday concealer. I really love it. I feel like I kind of go through it really quickly. You only get 3 grams. I don't know how that really compares to other concealers. I do just feel like I go through it quite quickly. It is only £6, so it's not too bad to like repurchase it fairly regularly, but I just kind of, I just speed through this, and I find that it's like a decent coverage. It's a good everyday coverage. I really like the formula. I literally have like a couple more already that I've bought since this one. Oh look, there's another one. Literally go through them so quickly. Another favourite mascara of mine, this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I just love Maybelline mascaras. Again, the waterproof version. This one, I'd say, is a bit more volumizing than the Rocket. It's kind of like similar to Roller Lash, just like the wand and the claims of it and everything. I really like it. I think it's such a great mascara. Again, I've bought it like a handful of times, just repurchase. I'm sure I'll get this again. Okay, let me try and speed through some things. I feel like I'm talking too much. I've got some absolute skincare staples of mine, which I talk about so much, so I won't dwell on these for too long. Vichy Aqualia Thermal Light Moisturiser. I talked about this in my Avon haul. It's like my favourite moisturiser really of all time that I've tried. It's just so lightweight, it's so moisturising, hydrating, and it's just like a gel texture, so it just sinks in super fast, and honestly it's great. Would definitely recommend it. And then the Clinique All About Eyes eye cream. This is I went through the regular version and then also the rich version. I prefer the rich one slightly, but I do actually really like the regular as well. This is like the only eye cream really that I buy, just because I know that it works for me. I've had issues around my eyes before with eczema, and just with it being really sensitive, and I know that this just works, so I just stick to it. I know that I love it. I know that it works with my skin, so I just buy it all the time. And it's a little bit pricey. I think it's around £26, but with Clinique there's always offers, there's always free gifts, so I always just go back to this. It's great. I love it. Use it every day, morning and night. Speaking of Clinique free gifts, these are 2 minis of the Take the Day Off makeup remover. It's like the biphase one. I actually really love this. I kind of like get it in free gifts, and that's why I just used it, because it's great to take off waterproof mascara and then I can kind of wash my face afterwards, and it's nice and easy. But this is actually like a really good product, because I just used it really because it was a free gift, but I've been using a different one and it's just not as good, so I might actually like buy this full size, or I'll just get it when it's on a free gift again. This is great for like lazy days when you don't want to go to the sink, you don't want to use water, and you just want to use a cotton pad, and like, you know, this works. So I really like this. I can't believe how much stuff I have. This is crazy. Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro Makeup Primer. I am such a fan of these primers. They're just, again, really great for every day. They're very hydrating. They're just nice and creamy, and they just sort of sit nice on the skin. I actually used it today, and sometimes I find that I just get texture like on my nose, and if I use a primer like this, it kind of doesn't do that. But then if I use more of a like mattifying or pore minimizing primer, it kind of tends to like create texture on my nose when I put my foundation and then my powder. So I actually really like primers like this. This one's great. Again, really affordable. I've got my two favourite eyeliners in here. The Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, which is just a little brush tip pen. I use this to line my lash line. And then for my flick, I use the NYX, this is like completely broken, this is the NYX Liquid Black Liner. This is my favourite, like this is my like go-to combo. I find it quite difficult now to use anything different because I'm just so used to these products, and I just like I'm practiced with them, and they're just my favourite way to apply eyeliner. If I'm wearing winged liner, you can almost be like 100% certain that it is these two liners. Okay, let's go back to hair for a minute. I've got a bunch of John Frieda stuff. I do really like the John Frieda range. I do have quite thin hair and I kind of struggle to get volume, like it's just quite thin, like up here. So I just kind of buy products which are designed to add volume. So I have the Core Restore Protein Infused Shampoo. I really like the John Frieda brand, like I love how it feels, it's nice and luxurious, can get it on offer, and I do find it does make a difference. So I have that. I think this more so I think makes a difference. This is the 7 Days Volume in Shower Treatment. I kind of use this after shampooing, after shampooing and conditioning, and then I just pump out a few pumps of this, pop it into like mainly my roots, and then just wait a few minutes, and then I wash it out. And I definitely find this makes a difference when I get out of the shower and dry my hair. There's just a bit more volume. So I have repurchased this quite a few times. I do have it in my shower right now. I've got the Miss Sporty Peel Off Base Coat. I do use this a lot. One thing I'll say about it is that it works. You put it on your base coat, like your first coat of polish, you let it dry, it goes completely clear, it's white to start, and then you put your polish on top, your top coat, and it looks great, and it will peel off. When you want to get rid of polish, you can literally just pick at a corner, peel it off, and it's easy. I definitely don't think it's the greatest thing for my nails in terms of strengthening them or making sure they're in the best condition, but for ease, I use this. I'm not sure if I recommend it or not. If you want to use it to peel off your polish, then it works, and it peels off when you want it to peel off. But if you want your nails to like grow and be really strong, then I probably wouldn't recommend it. So I'm just gonna say leave it at that, but I do use it quite a lot. I also have the Mitchum Advanced Control 48-hour antiperspirant and deodorant, and I wanted to put this in my empties because I just really love it. This is the Powder Fresh version. I think I have a different one right now. I don't have my glasses on, I can't see it. I think it's like Citrus Fresh or something. I slightly prefer that scent. And this is just like my go-to deodorant now. And I've definitely experimented over the years with different deodorants and kind of like varying amounts of sweat throughout the years. Sometimes I'm more sweaty than other times. But I just find this is like the best thing I've found, which helps to control that. And yeah, just this is my go-to. This is probably like my second one. So I'm on to my third now. I don't think I spoke about the other one like in an empties or anything, but I really like it. Not like the normal roll-on Mitchum, it's more of like the stick, like that. Definitely a fan of stick deodorants these days. I feel American. And then also I wanted to talk about this. This is the Dr. Bronner's All-One Hemp Citrus Pure Castile Bar Soap, long name. This is like the greatest thing for cleaning brushes and makeup sponges and everything. I just obviously have the bar of soap, leave it by my sink. Obviously you can use it to wash your hands, but I mainly use it to wash my sponge because I do that every day or every other day. And it's just the best. It gets out stains and it cleans it and it smells good. I literally ordered a new one today. This is probably my favourite scent so far, the citrus one. This stuff is so good. And it's only a few pounds. Like, I honestly love it. It's the best. We're getting there. We're almost done. I have the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, all faded. I really enjoyed this product. It was so nice. It's so refreshing on the skin. It feels so good. It smells good. I was about to say it tastes good. I don't think it tastes good. But I really liked this. I definitely will consider repurchasing it. It's like a nice way to just like give your skin a bit of a pamper and a little bit of an extra step in your skincare routine. And I'm pretty lax with toner, but this is kind of like an easy type, like toner type product, because you just spray it on and you don't have to like get a cotton pad and like rub it in or anything. It's just like easy, and I really liked it. I got this in some kind of beauty box. I honestly might have been the Anna and Lily one, like ages ago, like the Cult Beauty one. Yeah, really was a fan of this. Okay, Lush lip scrub, Sugar Plum Fairy, Christmas scent. Honestly, it's like the greatest thing of all time for my lips. I can't live without my lip scrub. I use it every single day. I love it so much. I have another one. I will always like have a lip scrub on hand from now on. Ever since I discovered lip scrub, like my lip game completely changed. I love it so much. It makes my lips so much smoother. Everything goes on nice and smooth, and my lipsticks look better, liquid lipsticks especially. Just stops my lips from being dry and chapped and gross. I love it. Can't say enough good things about it. Lush lip scrub. Get one. Another thing which I absolutely adore, Sèche top coat. It's the best. It's just the best. My best friend is like a nail addict, and I remember recommending this to her and it like changed her life. She loves nail polish, she loves nail care, and this is the greatest. I would recommend this to anybody that paints their own nails. It dries so fast and it's so shiny and beautiful. Again, I have another one, of course, I couldn't live without it. L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. This is really good. I liked it. It's kind of similar to the Smashbox primer in texture. It's very like silicone-y. And I went through a phase where I used to use this all the time. And it mattified, but it wasn't like heavy, and it wasn't like, it didn't sort of like, you know when you put a mattifying primer on, it just kind of flakes off your skin. It didn't do that. So I think I might get this one again. I haven't had this for a while. Like I finished this up a while ago. I really like it. It's good little drugstore find, that one. I have a concealer here, the Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser Eye Concealer. This is the neutralised one, which is my favourite. This used to be my everyday concealer before I started going back to the NYX one. And this is really good. I think I might repurchase this again actually, because this definitely lasted a bit longer than the NYX. And I love the shade of it. It's very like yellow toned, which is just what I prefer for my skin. And I do love the sponge. I think it just applies the product really nicely. Kind of miss this. Again, I kind of wish they had a lighter shade, but the yellow tone is really nice. I'm sure you've heard about this from like every single person on the internet. Finally, I've got three things. I've got Ardell Brush On Lash Adhesive. I used this for a while, but now I've gone back to Duo. I kind of thought I had like a bit of an allergic reaction to Duo Lash Glue, but I've been using it recently and it's been like completely fine. This one's like latex free, I think. I didn't like this as much. I found that it kind of dries, like it's harder to cover up. It dries clear, but then you can just kind of see it, and I don't like it as much. I find the Duo Lash Glue like easier to hide. I think I've done an okay job, and I only use powder today, so that's good. I've got the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. I don't actually put every single mascara I try in my empties, because sometimes I just don't really have an opinion, or like I don't love it, but I don't really have a reason. But this one, I really liked it. This is definitely like a free sample or like a beauty box or something, and I loved this for, especially for my lower lashes, because I have super straight lashes and I have to use waterproof mascara unless I have like a lash lift or something, so I use this on my lower lashes. It's got like this really big fluffy brush. The only reason I'm kind of getting rid of it, I don't think I've had it for 6 months, but I'm getting rid of it because I got like a little sty in my eye, so I just thought it was best to like clear out my mascaras and old eye products. But I love this mascara, and I kind of hate that because it's expensive and I don't really want to spend the money on a new one, but I'll think about it. But I just found like it kind of really lengthened and volumized my lower lashes and like made the most of them, because sometimes, especially when you wear falsies, like your lower lashes can look a little bit small in comparison. And this was just a really great one. Finally, a not so great empty. This is the Avon Glimmer Stick Liquid Eyeliner Pen, and when I got this at first, it was actually pretty good. I didn't mind it, like I just used it as a liquid liner and it kind of did the trick, but then the lid is rubbish. It just like fell off and then dried out, and then I couldn't use it anymore, and I used it like twice, so that's a shame. The thing with Avon is that a lot of things I try and I'm not a fan of, but because they usually are quite cheap. I'm not like mad about it, and then I just won't get it again. So Avon can be hit and miss with products, but at least now I know. Like if it was amazing, then I probably would have kept getting it because it would have been cheaper than my Stila one, but because it's not, I just won't buy it again. So yeah, that's it. This video ended up being much longer than I planned it to be, so hopefully I'll be able to cut it down a little bit and it won't have been too long. But I'm kind of glad I got through the empties now, because that means I can start collecting for the next time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!